Hello everyone. So today I'm going to go over 4 stocks that I believe are good to trade and actually quite very good to trade or at least to watch. So let's get started. And the first on my list is SMHI. That's the one. You can see that this stock. I want to see if there's okay no. So you can see that this stock was up here and then it went down in March 2020, then tried to come up, hit that point, and then went down again, hit that point, and then went down again, hit, hit that point here, same point, and went down again, and it kind of did that kind of here, like if we draw the resistance down there a little bit, you can see that it's also like kind of that's a point as well. Um, so that's why I drew the resistance here. And I believe, or you can see clearly, that this resistance was broken today. And it seems like this resistance was a strong resistance because it was formed by a couple of points, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, however you want to look at it. Um, and this resistance was broken today. You can see that the stock closed above this resistance line that I drew the line at. Um, so that tells me that this resistance now should be a support, and the price can continue to go up. Um, of course, I like the low float. This stock is a low float, and I like it has about 19 million shares. That's a low float stock, and at the price of $5. So that tells me that it can go up really high in a very short period of time. Um, Also, the average volume is 3 million. Today's volume, I'm sorry, the average volume based on 3 months, the previous 3 months, is 142,000 shares traded per day. And for today it was 188, so that's a slight increase, and you can see that the volume is starting to pick up. It's also a good sign. So that's why I wanted to go over that stock. I believe it's a very good stock to buy into now. It's called its symbol is SMHI. It's called Secor Marine. Um, you can see no news about it yet, I guess, but maybe there is something coming up. That's why the price is going up. Based on one analyst, it's a hold. I'm not gonna go too deep into that because like these stocks are not long-term investment for me, at least from my point of view. So I don't care too much about like their earnings per share or what their revenue is, because I don't plan on holding them too long. Or their dividends, I don't care. And you can trade options on Webull if you like options. And here is some information about the company. It's in Texas. Um, and it's in the oil and gas industry. And here's some information about the company. That's the one. Let's go to the next one, which is BKEB. So this company is trading now at $2.5 per share. In the aftermarket, it dropped, but I'm pretty sure it's still above this resistance line. Because you can take a look at that. Yes, it's still above this resistance line, and it dropped on a 92. You can see the volume here, and for this hour that it dropped, like what it dropped 5.6% in this hour, but based on a 92, like a volume of 92, that's a very low volume, so it doesn't really indicate that people are thinking that it's going down. It doesn't indicate that at all. Like, it's just 92 shares traded at this point. It's very low, and that happens. And anyway, it's still above this resistance, and you can see why I drew this line here. um, I'm looking into weeks now, and you can see that this was actually a previous resistance that started, or actually it was a support, I believe, that started like in 2008. Here you can see the stock went down, hit that line, came up, came down again, hit that line, went up, down, up, and then it broke it in 2018. Let's go to the day chart. That's what's happening now. Broke it, came up a little bit, went down, up a little bit, went down, up, down, and here you can see it went up, went down a little bit, and kind of went up. You can still kind of consider this area as a resistance. But anyway, like I just wanted to show you why I came up with this line and how strong it is. And based on the weekly, like you can see on the weekly chart that this seems like it was a strong support. It was broken, it became a resistance, and now it's almost broken. So it tells me that this can be a support and a strong support. You can see here that the price closed at 2.5. I wouldn't really consider this price like I wouldn't think of this price as a concern for me, because I showed you that it's just it went down based on a volume of 92. That's a very not something to consider. Like such things happens in the aftermarket, but then they get corrected when the market starts. And anyway, it's still above the resistance, above that support. This was a resistance obviously before, but now it's broken from what I see. Like it was broken actually on the 5th, last Friday. So it should now be a support. The price of the stock is 2.5 and the float is 37. That's quite a low float, especially at that price too. And you can see that the average volume is 350. Today's volume was 466,000. That's above the average, above the 3 months average. So it's something. No news yet on Webull, at least. Maybe there's something on Google. You can look that up. Here's the earnings per share. Just curious about what's going on, but I wouldn't really like look into that much, or consider it, because I'm personally not a long-term investor when it comes to these stocks. I just like them because sometimes they gap up really quickly, really high in a very short period of time, and they can go up like 3, 4, 500% in one day, or even 1,000 in a couple of days, and I have seen that. But then they go down quickly in the next couple of days, and they stay down. That's why I don't like to trade them long term, because usually that's what happens with these low float stocks, low cap stocks. They pay dividends. Okay. And you can trade options if you like. And here's some information about the company. It's in the United States, oil and gas industry as well. Here's some information about it. And let's go to the third stock. I have 4 stocks today on my list, and that's the third. Let me see if this actually goes back. I don't know. You can say that this was a support here, So it's like I don't think it's very clear about the like old times, but recently that's how I came up with this resistance line, because the price went down, it hit that line, went down, it hit it here and went down again, and then here it did cross it. I can see that clearly, but it then went down, but it didn't go down that much, and it came up again. So it tells me that it's still this may still be a resistance, and it was valid. Like it's not always green and it's not always black and white about where the resistance is and where the support is, and you can even draw a very clear resistance and support line, and the stock will not follow this line, because it's not like like the stock doesn't always follow what you think it's gonna follow, or these lines. So it's not a black and white, but it's a gray area, and I mean by that, like, yeah, you can say that this was resistance and it's broken here, but you cannot say that, oh, because it's broken here, it's 100% the stock is gonna go up. No, you can never say that, and it can go down like this and then go up again a lot. this can happen as well, and that's what I'm thinking that may happen. Um, because of what's happening today, you can see that there's a spike, quite a spike in volume today. And the the stock closed at its high, almost at its high, which means it's maintaining its momentum. There is no movement in the aftermarket hours. The average volume is 150. Today's volume is almost 500k. That's about 3 times. So there is quite a bit of volume on that stock, and its float is 17 million. That's quite a low float at this price too. Um, and I don't think I made a good explanation about like if a stock breaks this resistance and goes down and then comes back up. But I mean like here you can say, yeah, it broke the resistance. How come it went down? If it went down, then this is no more the resistance. There is something wrong about the stock. And I can say yes, but I can also say no with you, because you can see it didn't go down that much. It just went down a little bit and then came up again. Um, and to me, that's a good sign. That's maybe a good stock to consider buying. Um, and let's see that. Seems like nothing today and nothing for the last couple of weeks. Not much information about it on Webull, but it pays a dividend. There are options to trade. It's in Texas, and it's in the oil and gas industry as well. So maybe there's something happening in this industry today. Um, But yeah, here's some information. Here's everything about it. And let's go to the last stock. And before I do that, I would ask you guys to subscribe if you see value in the channel and in the stocks that I go over every day. You can subscribe and click on the bill button or notification bell, so that you get notified as soon as I upload a video. Sometimes, especially for these stocks, like when I upload a video, it's very good if you watch the video right away, because it might be a good opportunity to buy this stock in the aftermarket before waiting for tomorrow. Um, and you can also sign up to Webull and get free stocks. You can sign up using the link in the description below. Let's go to the last stock. I don't want to waste a lot of your time. So it's INVO, EINVO. Bioscience. The reason why I'm talking about this stock is not because of resistance and support, but I wanted to bring it because of the aftermarket movement and the volume on it. So you can see that there is a lot of big movement in the aftermarket hours. You can see that the volume in the first hour was about 600. In second hour is 137. That's about 700, 750. 750,000 versus an average volume of 100. That's a huge spike in volume. You can see. So there is a chance, and the float is 7.68. That's a very low. That's a very low float. So this stock, like there's a chance of this stock spiking and going up even more. Now it just went up, or it's at around 64% to reach it. The most it went to now was 100%, but these stocks can really go up to 3, 4, 500% in one day, or 1,000 plus in a couple of days. So it may just be the starting point for it. Of course, I don't know. Maybe it will just reach out to here and then go down, but I just wanted to show you this, guys, because it's moving in the aftermarket hours now. And there are probably news about it. Yeah, that just came 1 hour ago, I guess. Reports amendment under its exclusive U.S. commercialization deal. So it's probably there is a deal with someone, but that's recent news. So maybe like by tomorrow, everyone will get to know these news and this movement of the stock, and it will rise then, maybe in the pre-market hours tomorrow. And the market, I don't know exactly, but I just wanted to bring that up since because of the increase in price and volume, spike in volume. here's some let's see if there are options. There are no options to trade. Nothing here. And this is some information about the company. It's in the healthcare field, I guess. Some information about the company. And that's it for my video. I hope that you liked it. You can of course subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell to get notified as soon as I upload a video. You can get free stocks if you sign up using the link in the description below. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and wish you best of the luck.